stars and bars, marching through the field of scars. Virginia roots and family ties, Virginia, underneath those southern skies. Raise the flag and bow your head for the stories of the ones now dead. Family, faith, and God above, echoing through the land we love. Fields of green and rivers wide hold the tales of star pride. Voices carried on the breeze, whispering through the ancient trees. Raise the flag and bow your head for the stories of the ones now dead. Family, faith, and God above, echoing through the land we love. Gray uniforms and smoky trails, a legacy that never pales. Through the valleys, hills, and streams, holding tight to fading dreams. Raise the flag and bow your head for the stories of the ones now dead. Family, faith, and God above, echoing through the land we
Oh my, such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. The lyrics to that song was given to me by General Alex Wissonet. I'm not sure if he wrote them himself or he got them from somewhere else. But this is a song that I wrote to myself. Obviously, the music is AI. And then after this, then we'll get started with our Red Shirt Friday edition.
Well, let me tell you about a man named Randall Rhodes. He was born and raised in the North, but he loved the Southern way of life. And he'd fight to the death for the Southern cause. He marched on down to the fields of cotton, where he met up with General Mosby's great ghost son. The general gave Randall the rank of colonel so he could fight with the brave men in gray. Now Colonel Randall Rhodes fights a bonny blue flag, and that's what Colonel Randall Rhodes brings. He brought fire, he brought freedom, he brought love, he brought war. He said, to hell with the stars and stripes, I'm fighting for the stars and bars. And to hell with your war of for the War of Independence. And he'd march on down to the fields of cotton for a southern nation. And the gray ghost fights for the bonnie blue flag, and that's what Coronel Randall Blues brings.
Yes, and that is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. I do love the South. Let's get the show started.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, there we go. Okay, we are live on Friday. It is Red Shirt Friday. And let's just see. Hopefully, my video comes back. Where is my camera? I know there's some pause in between that and the introduction, but why am I not going back to a live screen? That is interesting. Just give me a moment, folks, to see why that is what it is. Give me one moment, folks. Bum, 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 bum. It's almost acting like there's another camera going on. Let me just do this a second. I'll be right back. And that did not help. What is going on here, folks? There we go. Now we're back. Okay. Woo! I was going to see that for a moment. So this is Red Shirt Friday. It is a day set aside where we honor and pay respect to the men and women in uniform, past and present. I was doing some research on it and was surprised to find it actually started in Canada back in, I believe it was the 60s. And they started doing that in the Canadian country, hopefully maybe someday the 51st state of the United States. We'll see when that ever comes to fruition. But a gentleman was up in Canada and was there when they were celebrating Red Shirt Friday. So, you know what? Why don't we bring this down to our country and do it here? Well, that's a very good idea. So he came back to the United States and he started Red Shirt Friday. And it just simply is a day to set aside, however much time you want to spend on it, to, hey, Lee Matuis, is that how I pronounce your name? Matuis? Hey, Lee, how you doing, sir? This is Red Shirt Friday. It's where we give honor to our military, but also we will give honor to my friends in the South and the ancestors in the South who fought. I actually have a video that I'm going to be sharing shortly about the Black Confederate. I don't think there's anyone from the South who is not familiar with him. He is a black man who stands for the South. He goes around the country in uniform as a sergeant's rank, and he talks about the Confederate military. Talks about slavery and how that it is a fictitious thought that the war was about slavery. So I'll be playing that shortly. And it's going to be interesting because there's a guy who is walking down the street sidewalk. I think he's a liberal. At least he sounds like he's going to be. and he sees these men in uniform stand on the sidewalk, and he approaches them, I think with the intention of starting a problem. But the Black Confederate sets them straight about some things about the history. So I'll be showing that surely. Hey, David Nobar, my good buddy and friend. How you doing today, sir? This is Red Shirt Friday. That's where we give honor to the men and women in uniform, past and present. And also we're going to be talking about the South. It's a subject that is near and dear to my heart, even though I was born a Yankee, and I don't make any such I don't make any thoughts other than the fact that I was born a Yankee, but internally I am Southern. You cut my blood vessels, I bleed Dixie. That's the way I feel about the South. Okay. So you have to think one thing, guys. When someone makes a decision to put on the uniform, to go into recruiter's office voluntarily and say, you know what, I want to join the Marines. Well, I want to join the Army. Well, you walked into the right place, that sir. Sit down. Let's have a discussion. Let's just see how. Here's a small test like you like you to take, just to see, where the best place is to put you. Oh, you scored a 50 on this test. Oh my God. A young man, how about if you join the Army? They could use a few good men like you. We'll just hand you a gun and we point you in the direction to shoot, and you just pull the trigger. Okay. Oh, you scored a 96. You go right to the Marines. Yes, sir. We could use men like you. Yeah. Okay. But that's when I joined the Air Force and I had to take that test. I scored what I thought was pretty decent. You know where they put me? Air cargo. Yeah. Let's put Randy in air cargo. He's good for loading airplanes. I enjoyed it. I loved it. But my career was cut short because of the old ticker. But it is what it is. So right now I'm broadcasting on my faceplace. I'm broadcasting on Colonel Randall Rhodes. I'm broadcasting on the Rebel Storm. I'm broadcasting on the Carolina Grey Ghosts. I'm broadcasting on the Southern Independence Association. Folks, if you're watching this and you want to share it out there for me, please do a like and share. I would really appreciate that support. But when men join the military, they have this thought that I can do this. I'm brave. I'm strong. I got the right mindset for it. And one of the very first things that happens after you sign on the paper, you go to this one room where they swear you in, and then you go right off to. They might send you right away, or they might give you a date to show up to an airport, to a bus terminal, or something like that, and they get you to the base where you're going to be doing your training. But once you get to that base, it's a whole new world, guys and gals. They're not your mom and dad anymore. They are there to break you down, to build you up, to make you a mean fighting machine. And they're going to do it one way or the other. Trust me, I was there. I heard words that I never thought I would ever hear. I heard slurs, swear words, mean, nasty, yelling. Probably why I'm half deaf in one ear. But it was to break you down, to build you up into the man or woman they needed you to be able to do the best job you could for the military. Okay? But guys and gals, let's not forget one thing. All the various wars that we have casualties still living from, okay? They came home broken. Now, they might have been sent to a hospital ship for immediate medical attention, and then to Germany or somewhere else where they can get additional medical help. But eventually they come home. And folks, you have to understand that if they came from a combat situation, they may have saw or done things that no man or woman ever should do, and that's to kill someone else. But we were there, according to our government, to make that country free and safe and to keep that mess from coming to our country. That's what we're told. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. Either way, when they come home, they may not talk about it. They may not express their emotions about what they experienced. There's a reason for that. It's the brain trying to protect itself from the realities of war. Okay? So please do me one favor. If you do nothing else today, do me one favor. First, if you see a man or a woman out in uniform or some kind of uniform, please do not walk up to them and say, "Thank you for your service." Okay? Some are offended by that. They went into the military voluntarily to do a job. Okay? Walk up to them and just start a conversation. How you doing? Oh, I see you wearing a uniform. You know, what branch are you in? Start a casual conversation. They may not be in the right mindset to talk about what they experienced or what they saw. And that's okay. They have that right. They've earned that right. But there are men and women who are still suffering from the various forms of PTSD, of their own personal injuries, the loss of their comrades in their arms, bleeding to death, the parts that they're able to hold, leg over there, arm over there, blowing to bits. Guys, gals, the weapons that we have today are vicious.
Unknown caller.
I'm not saying that the weapons from the war between the North and the South or the Revolutionary War or the 1812 wasn't vicious, because they were in their own rights. But the weapons we have today can blow you into pieces. You become part of the soil. We have weapons today that can seek you out, find you. We have bullets that can be shot and they turn left, they turn right, they go up, they go down, they're finding their target. We have bullets that can travel miles to their target. So please, if you see a man or woman wearing some form of a uniform, maybe just the hat of the branch that they, were part of, please don't say thank you for your service. Just walk up. If you want to, you don't have to, shake their hand like I do. And I say, "Oh, wow. What branch were you in?" "Oh, you were in the Army." "Oh, I was in the Air Force myself." Or however you want to do the conversation. If they want to talk more about it, they will. Okay? So, we have men and women who are across the world performing their duties that they signed up for voluntarily, keeping our country safe. So we're told. Okay? For that, we have to believe our commander-in-chief is telling us the truth. There are some times I think that we are too nosy. Why are we there? What do they have that we need? Oh, the minerals. We need what's in their dirt. We don't have that here? I guess not. Oh, they have oil. Well, we have oil. Let's open up our own oil mines, oil wells. But there's sometimes I think that our men and women are just deployed across the world, and they really don't need to be. Let their own damn military protect them. That's my personal opinion. Let's protect our own shores. We got enough land property that we own that you don't know about. I mean, if you ever went into the sign up or something that says, country, and you go just look for USA, well, guess what? USA is all the way at the bottom of that list. Yeah. And then when you go to USA, it has all this long list of countries I never even heard of, islands and so forth that we own the rights to. So yeah. So Red Shirt Friday. Don't if you know of someone, an uncle, an aunt, a grandfather, or grandmother still living, your mom and dad, your brother, your sister, whoever that you might know in your personal sphere of life. If nothing else, call and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you today. I love you. Yeah, take care, Grandpa. Hey, you got a moment to talk? Good. It's been a while, Grandpa, since we talked. I wish I could. All my grandparents are passed away. My mom and dad are passed away. I haven't an uncle yet. Yeah, I call him from time to time. Just make sure he's still with us." So I want to share this video here. Black Confederate. He's a good guy. I like him. Give him a listen. It's I'm not sure if I'll play the entire thing. It is 12 minutes long, but I'll play a good portion of it just to have you get an idea of what he's all about. Okay. Here we go.
Looks like we got a little gathering in front of the courthouse.
See, I told you Zach was the wrong man to have that gun.
Good. How are you? What are you folks doing here today?
This is Confederate Memorial Day in North Carolina.
Oh, is it? Okay.
What you doing here today?
I'm just hanging out, just
Right.
filming.
Okay, when you don't say you from New York City, you all right?
I'm not from New York. Do you not like people from?
You from Chicago?
Actually, I'm from near Chicago. Believe it or not.
Oh, you in trouble. Oh, now you in trouble. Lincoln man. Well, I guess I shouldn't talk too bad because, in New York, y'all did have a mighty fine mayor who wanted to succeed and continue doing business with the South people. So there's a few smart ones up that round that way, but today is Confederate Memorial Day. They give up what they owe. He owe a lot down around anyway, don't he?
Yeah. What do I owe?
You owe about that stealing that y'all did.
Stealing.
You don't remember.
I wasn't around.
You know a little history, don't you?
I know history, yeah.
Well, y'all did a lot of stealing with Abraham Lincoln's General Order number 200. You go look it up. Come down south, rape, rob, kill, steal, do everything you want to and never be an accountant for what you do. Now, don't act like you don't know a little history. Today is Confederate Memorial Day, okay? So we teaching a little history. We ain't gonna put you out as long as you act Southern.
So I act Southern?
I'll help you to do, but try to be a carpetbagger. And when you go back north, tell them folks we don't appreciate these people running around here taking down our monuments and pulling down our flags and things. And we're here today to honor those fallen heroes. Try to do what General Robert E. Lee said. Be hospitable and try to put this thing back together like it was supposed to be in the first place. When you start tearing down our monuments and getting rid of our flags, you're taking down those of us who still stand for the Constitution of the United States of America. You beat Southerners down. They told a lie about how we lost the war. We didn't really lose the war. General Lee just got tired of all the stealing and everything going on, so he gave up over that at Gettysburg. And he was tired of his men with no shoes on, no food, hungry, uniforms falling off. So he went on ahead and thought that Ulysses S. Grant was going to have an honorable surrender along with Lincoln, which they didn't. But we're trying to do what General Lee asked. But I want you to know, when you go back north, let your folks know that all this tearing down our monuments and taking down our flag and changing our names on our streets and things that don't sit well with Southern folk. And y'all pushing us. You tell George Soros too. You're pushing us, and you're pushing us too far. Okay. And even though we celebrating Confederate Memorial Day, we have all those things on our minds. And there's troubled times in the Southland of America. You can tell that my flag is backwards. It's upside down.
Upside down?
We're in distress around here. Now, Commander Green, don't let me, and don't y'all let me do all the talking around here to this man.
Oh, you're doing such a good job. It's hard to improve on that.
Okay. You know, so I hope you take that little film you got somewhere, even if you got to go sit down with your other Yankee friends and sit down and talk about it. Y'all look at it.
I live here.
Have you been up to Green Hill where we've flagged the cemetery up there?
The cemetery at the end of the street?
Yeah, we have about 173 graves total. We can't find some of them, but we got somewhere around 140 to 150 flagged up there.
Yeah.
I think we're about the third in the state, I believe, as far as the number of Confederates buried.
Okay.
I don't know if you're from Haywood County or not. You just mentioned somewhere else, but Haywood County was predominantly Confederate in the war, and all of us standing here had Confederate ancestry.
Okay.
And that's why we're here to honor them on this day.
Now, what is the history of Confederate Memorial Day?
Well, it sprung off of help me out, wasn't it? Stonewall's come off of Stonewall's when he got shot and killed. Is that when it developed from?
It sort of kind of started like that. But we had the latest memorial associations. They had memorial associations all across the Southland of America, and they began decorating the graves not only of Southern soldiers but of the Northern soldiers as well. And that's why I'm so adamant about these monuments, is because these same ladies that began decorating the graves and honoring all those men because they were somebody's child. They went out and raised sums of money, you know, with bazaars where they had, you know, cake baking, pie baking. Even had black folks around here that were donating their funds to the Confederate Soldiers Monument. That's why it's a bad thing when folks start, you know, separating us, because it's an integrated monument. Mm-hmm. But it's a time of that year that we do celebrate our heritage, and it began back in 1865, somewhere along in there. Became an official day. Thank God for some of the northern presidents whose wives supported the efforts of the women of the South to do that. That's one of the reasons why you cannot forget the women of the South. The women of the South are a very integral part.
Yeah, so that is the Black Confederate. Like I said, it's a fairly long video, so I didn't want to play the entire thing. But you get it, you're understanding what he's talking about. He's a black man. He supports the South, even though there were those who were slaves. Okay, and but believe it or not, some of them after the war, and they, even before when they were made free by Abraham Lincoln's proclamation, a proclamation to the black folks to make them free men and women, they opted to stay on the plantations and so forth. But hey, David Cooper, how you doing, sir? David Cooper is one of my former clients for Ancestry, for All Roads Lead Genealogy. He was with me for a while. He did a lot of research on his family with me, and I found a lot of good stuff for him. And like all good things, it came to an end. But David, if you're looking to come back, I have an opening. But I have a client who's a black man from Texas, real nice guy. His name is Morris Myers. He wears the Confederate uniform, the whole thing. You know, he has the hat, the shirt, the pants. He has the flags. He goes out there and he goes to rallies, and he stands on street corners, and he talks to folks about the Confederacy. Even though, folks, I found his second great grandfather, who was a slave. Okay, he was. Just give me a moment if I can quick find it here. I have a stack of work you would not believe. Bum, 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 bum. Gray Ghost. No, it's not in there. Oh, maybe it might be. I actually have a picture. Let's see if I have it here. Yeah, I do. I actually found a picture of Morris's second great grandfather. Okay. This man was a slave in his younger years, obviously. And he and some others were slaves on this man's plantation. And on July 4th, he didn't give the year. He did a one-on-one interview, which I actually have the transcript to. And even though they were freed, he and the other slaves decided to stay on the plantation and continue living in these huts that he had provided to them, and decided to continue to take care of the former slave owner because he was in poor health. You know, those folks could have taken advantage of the man's health and took over the plantation for themselves. They could have, because they're now free, left to go wherever they might want to go to start a new life. Instead, they chose to stay there. In the interview, it doesn't give the reason why. I'll read a little part of it. It said, the slaves lived in little cabins, 1 or 2 beds, rooms were small, had a kitchen and chimney, good floors, plenty to eat, cornbread and grits, beef, coons, I guess raccoons, possum, and iris and sweet potatoes. Everyone raised cotton. In the evenings, the slave women and girls seeded the cotton, carded it, made thread of it on the spinning wheel. They made it into cotton for dresses and suits. They had no shoes or socks. And in the winter, men might wear them. Okay. You have to remember, he's, poor Southern grammar. In winter, the men might wear them in winter, never the women or children. I guess he's saying that in the winter, the men may wear shoes or socks, but not the women. How many slaves? I don't recall. There were so many, the yard was full. They worked from sun up to sundown with 1 hour for dinner. And he goes on. Then he talks about how he met the woman who he would marry, and they had 15 kids. So a lot of descendants. When I was able to find that, so what I want to try and do is try and find, if possible, the woman he married, where she was a slave at. And actually, I have some information. Obviously, I have his wife, I have his kids' names, but I want to try and find out if I can find if she was owned by the same guy he was or someone else. So I want to do a broadcast of slavery, and I want to get it done soon. I think I might have found the one thing that's been holding me back. I'm going to play with it today, but what I wanted to do like an opening, okay, for the show, sort of like what I did here with the countdown. But I wanted to do something better than that to create the opening of a show and then go into it. And I really couldn't do that. I really couldn't find what I was looking for. But after a point in time, I found that I had all this time some software that was able to actually create some reels, or at least something like that. So I want to show you something here, folks. General Alex Whisenant, he's one of the commanders of the Gray Ghost, which I am a member of. He and his wife have been providing me with all kinds of photos and videos from reenactments, and I would love to have more. I want to put them into a nice broadcast along with supported videos and things like that. But for giggles and laughs, I found this software that I never knew I had. I guess I've been paying for it. Go figure that one out, right? But so I just threw them together. So he had shared some pictures of him and his son who were at this reenactment. And I'll play for you. It's very short, but it gives me hope that I can find a way to create the opening. But here's this. You got to watch this, guys. So there's that, and I did this here. It's the same photos, but a little bit different format. But now that I found I have this, it gives me hope that I can create what I want to for my own broadcast, my own show, and that's where I'm headed to. So Red Shirt Friday, it is a time to think of those in the uniform, past and present, and to help us to remember that for those who might still be living, they may still be reliving their time in the field in the combat, or even just from training, because training can be very vicious, because they're teaching you to kill, and that whole lifestyle. You have to have very strong, not only body, but a strong mind. So when you see these folks, just do what I ask, please. I think they will be honored that you even thought enough to walk up to them and to shake their hands. Okay, don't be angry if they step back from that approach. You don't know what they lived through from the military life. There was actually, I saw this news broadcast. I don't know who the hell the reporter was, but he's talking about he was in Butler when Trump was shot. Can you believe this asshole is claiming PTSD from being there when he saw Trump get shot because he feared for his life. He feared that the folks at the rally would turn on the liberal newscasters and attack them. So he convinced his employer at the news studio that he had PTSD, and they left him take time off with pay for supposedly suffering from PTSD, from being there when Trump was shot. If anyone should be suffering from PTSD, it should be President Trump plus his Secret Service guys, because they're there. They were the targets.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, that's okay. Thank you. They're always...
Siri here. Let me know if I can help.
Okay, I will. You take care. They're always listening. That's just too cute. So, folks, it's time to bring the show to an end. But before we go, I do want to do one last thing here, folks. Just give me 1 second, okay? Yeah, I think we do this one here. Let's get past this here.
Have you ever seen the magic glasses that can see clearly without glasses? This glasses cannot.
Okay, here we go. This is Dixie Jubilee. Um, they are a mother, son, and identical twin daughters from the South. They sing Dixie, they sing Southern gospel. They are friends of mine. They allow me to make use of their music inside my broadcasts. Someone shared a song here just to end it because this is being broadcast out to my Southern groups as well. So here we go, folks. I hope you enjoy it.
Like 90% of the white folk, he didn't own slaves before his own time. He prayed for the free, he prayed for the slave. He prayed in the battle he would be great. He fought to keep the South the Christian land against the snakes and the hurricane. The federal tyranny would not fear the stars and bars on a bloodstained field. He's a Confederate country boy redneck, the politically incorrect subject, Christian man from good old Dixieland, fighting evil with the stars and bars in his hand. He died to keep the South the Christian land. Now the snakes say don't honor this man. The snakes won the battle but not the war. At Armageddon they'll fight once more. His Christian blood now runs in my veins. To hear him slandered I cannot contain. Give me those stars and bars in my hand, and with that rebel I'll make my stand. Oh, he's a Confederate country boy redneck, the politically incorrect subject, Christian man from good old Dixieland, fighting evil with the stars and bars in his hand. He's a Confederate country boy redneck, the politically incorrect subject, Christian man from good old Dixieland, fighting evil with the stars and bars in his hand.
He is a country boy. He is holding this bars and stars in his hand. Folks, you know what? I lied. I do want to play one other song that I actually created myself. I hope you enjoy it. I actually created it myself. Now, you can be that way, huh? Okay. Hold on one second, folks. I got to sign back in. So, David Cooper, it's been a while since you and I have spoken. I hope things are going well with you. David Cooper is actually has some very strong, very powerful, very famous living relatives. He who's that? That one girl, female singer. Oh, I can't think of it. There's this female singer that he's related to, and she has some very liberal thoughts, and not the happiest person to know that. But let's see here. No, I don't want that. I want that one. Rest of that here. Nope. Thanks for that. I think it was this one here. Yeah. So let's end this broadcast with some zazz. These words were also given to me by my general, and I put some AI chose the music for me, and it's a little different from what we're used to hearing, but give a listen to. And folks, I've said it before. If you have any thoughts on the song you want to create, I actually belong to Suno. It's $8 a month. I get to make 10 songs a day. It's pretty cool. Give this a listen to.
We the southern backbone of the South are steadfast in our conviction and belief that what our ancestors did was just and honorable in the eyes of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We will not fail in our mission to deliver the promise of our cause to the proud people of Dixie. We the true Americans will always preserve, honor and respect our heroes of gray. We're not ashamed of our ancestors, for we have no reason to be. We must all see to it that they have nothing to be ashamed of us for. We're proud Southern Christian.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much for me, folks. I apologize for that. Yeah, I don't think I played this one here yet. This one, I'll close the show with this.
Men in gray with stars and bars, marching through the field of scars. Virginia roots and family ties, underneath those southern skies. Raise the flag and bow your head, for the stories of the ones now dead. Family, faith, and God above, echoing through the land we love. Fields of green and rivers wide hold the tales of stubborn pride. Voices carried on the breeze, whispering through the ancient trees. Raise the flag and bow your head, for the stories of the ones now dead. Family, faith,
Yeah, I know that wasn't a live broadcast, but that AI deserves an applause. It's phenomenal. It really, truly is. So, folks, doesn't matter what side of the platform you're on, north, south, east, west, up and down, who cares? We all know someone who fought and died or got hurt in war, defending our nation. Okay? Let's not forget that even though they might have fought in the South, okay, even though that they may have, and I'm back to this video again, they may have gotten out and fought for the South, fought for the North. Let's not forget that. And darn it, I can't get rid of this damn screensaver here. I know I bump. Am I back? Am I back? There I am. So that's kind of weird how that works that way. So again, folks, I don't care, what war your current relative or ancestor fought in. We all fought for a cause, whether it be good or bad. Only God would judge that. Okay. So, all roads lead home genealogy, and Colonel Randall Rhodes to the Gray Ghost says, "Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Get out there, do something, get some vitamin D. I know, depending where you're at, it's really hot out there, like it is right now. So I run outside a little bit and do a little jig just to get my vitamin D, so I can stay healthy." So, okay. So Lee Mattis, David Nobar, and David Cooper, thank you for joining me here today. Hopefully there are others who may be watching, just not saying anything or showing up in the comment section. Please, I have an opening on my All Roads Lead Home Genealogy. If you're looking to get some ancestry work done, I am dead cheap. Wow, really cheap. I dropped my prices down quite substantially. Returning clients, again, drop my prices down for you folks who come back to me. It's because I love history. I love doing what I do. I truly do. In a couple of days, I'm gonna be getting a dozen books about the North and South, and early next month, I have a guy who's gonna be dropping off 100 magazines for free. He says working out the transportation to my house, 100 magazines for free, because I'm using it to do research for you, my friends, my clients. With that, folks, take care. See ya.